Hi everybody, this is Brian with the Instructional Tech Coordinator team here in the School District of Waukesha. In this video we're looking at the SDW walkthrough tool. Specifically we're looking at how to sort and graph this data or filter and graph this data for better data analysis. So we're coming to the end of a quarter, the end of a semester, and we really want to start breaking down what our data told us from maybe quarter one to quarter two, trimester one to trimester two, but we want to basically be able to look at those different data sets. So we've added some new tools into the walkthrough responses that'll help you do that. You'll note here that I'm working in a Google Sheets SDW walkthrough tool 2014-15 responses. That's where your data is collecting. So this is where the data comes from your walkthroughs. You'll notice that we have form responses 1 here. Every walkthrough tool has that. All of the response sheets have that. Again, I encourage you, please do not move, change, or edit this data at all, as it will break your walkthrough tool. Everybody also has a sortable data tab, and one of the things that we've recently gone in is come in and turned on the filtering tool. Filtering allows us to search for specific data sets very quickly and easily without having to do a lot of copying and pasting. So you'll see here I'm just clicking on this funnel, and you'll notice that in each of the headers a blue arrow is going to appear, which tells me that filtering is turned on. Once filtering is turned on, I can start sorting data. So here we're going to clear that, and I just want to look at math data and literacy data. And you'll notice I can do that for multiple columns as well. So I just want to look at for second and third grade. And you can see that I went from a larger data set to a much smaller data set. Now, I'd like to do some analysis of this data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in the leftmost column here to make sure I get all of the data, so you can see how these have turned. I'm going to do that one more time, dragging down each of the columns, this first column. Now I'm going to copy that data, so Edit, Copy, or Command-C on a Mac. We're going to go to Graph This Data. So this tab, Graph This Data, is sitting empty right now. If it wasn't empty, you'd want to make sure you emptied it out, leaving the first row in place. I'm going to place my cursor and click on the number 2 there, the second row. I'm now going to paste that data, so Edit and Paste. And so now you can see my data set that I'm working with has been placed into this Graph This Data worksheet. What Graph This Data does is it actually becomes the data set for the Data Analysis tab. So without having to do too much more, I can now take a look at what that data is telling me, and this automatically updates the tables that are here to give me a breakdown of the different pieces that I'm looking for. Now if I go in and I remove some of this Graph This Data, so you'll notice I had 4 there, I'm going to take out these 2 because they're second grade and I'm not interested in that data. We'll jump back to Data Analysis and you'll see it's been updated to 2 and we've got a new version of this. From time to time I do find it's important to either refresh the page or close out and come back in to get the most accurate and updated version of this. So just want to give you kind of a general idea of how to graph this data and move around with it. As always, thanks for your time and have a great day.